Welcome to Wonderland, Sweden. My name's Rebecca and I create educational tools with the help of my XTool P2 and Creative Space. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe to my channel. Okay, let's begin. So I've just got an idea from Instagram about how to do some number place cards. So I'm just thinking that I'm going to do some for single digits and double digits and triple digits. So what I'm going to do is, how do you choose that? Okay, so if we have what's the thickest number there is? 0, maybe 5. So it's all about trial and error in the beginning to try and get the size right and the proportions right. So we need to change the layers of these. So then the different. So then when we make changes, then everything changes. Do we like that font or not? I don't know if the numbers look okay in the other. What we can do is we can 1, 2, 3, 4. What we can do is choose a different font. There's not many fonts where the one is actually a stick. I don't like that. It's the Tahoma. No, I don't like that either. Times New Roman. Definitely not. It's too fussy. Okay, so we'll go Alato. That was the best. That's not very round though, is it? Was the Arial better on that one? Yeah, it was. That's weird that the 9 is rounded but not the 6. Could always just turn it upside down. Okay, so the 1, I don't even know what font would look good. Oh, it changed them all, that's why. Okay. Can't just change one apparently. What were we doing? Totally forgotten. Okay, so Tahoma's the best so far. The 1 is no good. I really don't think there is a 1. It looks like a stick. Let's see. This is when the best program for this is actually PowerPoint to look at fonts. I find it's quite an easy font, almost. Oh, that's okay if we change the aspect ratio. So we want it to be the same thickness. The height of these ones are 45.2 is that one. So if we do 45.2, you can see it's unlocked, so it's not going to change the width. Width isn't that thick. Do it a little bit thicker. So it looks about right. So we need a 1. We need quite a lot of 1s actually. Okay. So if we've got the size of the font, so what we needed to do was to do like a triangle You could actually change the nodes of this, and just basically pull that out like that. Might work actually. Let's have a look. Let's make it a little bit more. Actually, I want to go back a step because I wanted to copy the size of this. Let's, for simplicity's sake, change that to 50 by 60. Okay, so we're going to do up to 3 digits. So if my maths is good enough, which it probably isn't at this time in the morning, so we want this one is to be 100. And we want this one to be 150. What we could do is we could put those on top of each other. Align right. Okay, so if we edit these nodes, actually we'll put them on a, oh, it wasn't meant to be. Put them on the corner here. I'm making everything really complicated now for no reason. Okay, so we would take this one, and we want to edit the node, and we want the node to be, should we say that? Does that look okay? I need it to be perfect so they're all the same. They don't actually look like they're on the same. They were supposed to be. That's interesting. Do it again, see. You see they're overlapping a little bit. Okay, so if we do 4, so we take the next shape, edit nodes, we'll pull this one so it's even with that one. Zoom in a little bit so it's perfect. Yeah, and then we'll do the last one. Okay, edit nodes. This one in the corner. So if we align right, and if they are right, then they should look good. Oh, how could that go there? Align right. That's not align right. I didn't highlight them all, that's why. Okay. Oh, there's some discrepancy of that one. That's really weird. They are the same height. If I can try and get that to be on the same line. It's so weird. It's not the same height. Change it on the y-axis maybe. Y-axis of this one is 40.17. 40.17. That's so weird that it's not. It's still not worked. It's okay there, but it's not okay here. Okay. This one actually needs to be edited in. It's too wide. have a look. It's not going to make any difference as long as they line up here. So basically we'll have a number on here, so it'll be 555. So you put them on top of each other. So you've got the 5. You got the 5 there and the 5 there. Cool. So this one is actually 5, and this one is 50, and this one is 500. So if we go back, a couple of steps, see if we can get, so the 5 is fine, so we'll leave that like that. So what we need to do is we need to make a 0. We need to make loads of zeros actually. Okay. So what we needed to do is we needed to put that 0 here. So it lines up with this 5 here. So what we could do is change this into a different colour. So then we can move it easily. So the 5 is in the right place. So we can move the 0 so then it's in the right place as well. So if I highlight all the orange by pressing on this, then we can just move it like that. So maybe this one in the middle here as well, we can do this in a different colour as well. We still need this to be there because we need another 0 on top of here. And we need another 0 on top of here as well. So if we highlight just the yellow by clicking on this again and move it, so then everything's in the right place. If you don't think it is like perfect, what you could do is, you see it's not, you can do in a vertical align center. Same with these. I can always put that back over and see. That looks good. So the 5 should be in the same place. Cool. So I've copied and pasted them on a new canvas. So I basically want to see what size I want to do. So at the moment the letters are 6 centimeters high. It's not actually that huge, is it really? We could go down to 50 millimeters. If we change this, I can do each one individually and make sure it doesn't mess up. 50. So even if you just change the height, because they're still locked, so they should all still be the same proportion. You never know though. It's 50. You can always double check just putting them on top of each other. Let's see if they should still match up. Which they do. Okay, so we have these. So I'm thinking that we should, if we do this, if we group this one, if we group this one, and we group this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have them so that they're all in a line. Align left until I move them closer before I align them. So align left, So what we need to do is we need to do 1 to 9, I guess. So if we copy this, so that would be 1, this would be number 2. Oh, look how big that is, it's going to take a lot of wood. I'm tempted to make them a little bit smaller. How big's this one? Yeah, that's huge. It's 15 centimeters wide. Okay, what we can do is we can make them smaller. We can just, seeing as they're all together, we can just go like this. Oh, still 13 centimeters wide. That's huge. How about we make that to 10? Okay. So this is still quite big. Okay. So we've got 1, we've got 2. We can always just do an array. So we go on here, applications, grid array. Wow, that's confusing. How many did we need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If we do one more column, I always do a little bit more spacing. I don't trust. We don't. Oh yeah, we'll do more spacing here as well because they're actually quite wide from each other. Okay, so these are all actually grouped now with the new beta version. So the problem is when you ungroup them, then you ungroup everything. So then these won't be grouped, and these won't be grouped, and these won't be grouped, like we said before. But that doesn't matter because we don't want them to be grouped. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and see if this will stay in the same place, which it did, which is perfect. So we've got 1. So we've got 1, a 1. Okay, so that's what we needed. So this one obviously will be 2, 2, and 2. 3. Excuse my pad click, it's really loud, I know. I never know if it's available to edit or not. Sometimes it highlights it, sometimes it goes like that. So we've got 4, we've got 5, and we need obviously 6. Did we say that this font was good or not? It doesn't matter, we can fix the font later. I want 7, 7, 7. This was quite quick. 8, 8, 8, 9, 9, 9. Is there ever a reason that you would want a 0? Is there? I don't think so. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll save these ones because we don't know if we need them or not. We can always just turn them off. Just put them up there just because then we know that they're the originals. So there we have it. So then we have our digits. They're all different colours. They don't need to be. What did we say we needed to change? Yeah, so these ones are obviously a cut. So these ones we need to cut. Oh yeah, the font. So what we can do is we can just for simplicity's sake change these all to red. To symbolize cut. Should have done this before, so you wouldn't have needed to do all this editing. Okay, so right click and then move to red. Okay, these ones I'm going to move to a completely different colour. So then I don't need to worry about them changing. Can play with those another time. Okay, so the font. What did we say the font was going to be? I've forgotten. Did we say it's not Comic New Sans? Was it Arial? Yeah, Arial was good. Okay, so we'll change all those to Arial. What we could do is we could change all those to light blue and change all those to light blue as well. So then we just click on light blue. We want Arial. And I forgot we were going to redo the one, weren't we? We'll have to redo the one. Because that didn't change even though it's blue. Oh, that's buggy. Oh, I hate bugs. Okay, let's do it again. Okay, they're all the same now. Right. So they should all be in a line. They should all be perfect. I'm happy about that. And do you know what I've not done? I've not saved it. That's such a rookie mistake. Okay, number digits. Because I'll remember what that is not. Okay, the one. What did we say we were going to do with the one? Oh, I can't remember. Let's pause. Okay, so I've found a font now. So if we change this one to Jill Sans MT. Look at that, it's perfect. Okay, so what we could do is just highlight those three. I could always put them on a new layer and then change them, but we don't need to. So look, they're still in the middle. So what I always do is I go on the canvas here and then I put do not touch. So I know that these are perfect and I don't want anything to ever happen to them. So I always copy and paste and then make all the changes here. So if I want to make them, array them properly, and I do it in here. So these ones can you can actually do quite a lot of, we turn that 180 degrees. We can save some space like this. So I'm just going to array them. I put my material always in first because you never know. There might be, I use some clips sometimes here and here and here. So then I have to make sure that they don't hit them. So then I maybe miss it and then I take them out and then move the clips and then use that space. So if I was going to like ignore this one, so and then fix the material and then put it back in and then just ignore the rest. So to ignore the rest I always do ignore all like that, and then I turn that one on individually. So let's see how these will turn out. This was fun make. I've just realised that the 4 shouldn't look like that, so I'm going to see if that Jill font has the same. Oh, it doesn't. Okay, I'm just going to have to find a font where it looks like an English 4. So if I go in PowerPoint and write 4, I can actually go down all the fonts. Oh, it's not updating. So it's that kind of style that I want without the connection. Agency. That's a good one. Barnskrift. Yep. Barnskrift semi-bold, maybe. script. Let's see if we can do this. Highlight all the 4s. They should actually be aligned, but they're not. I'm a bit worried about that. Barn script BAH. I've only got barn script here. Bold was way too thick. Regular wasn't too bad, was it? It looks alright actually. So I'm a bit worried about these not being in line, the numbers. See, you can see those are in line, but these were not in line. Is it because I changed them? If I put those in the middle. Can I just put that over the top of that one without letting go? She says. Should be okay. So there you go. Now we've got our 4s that look right. They're very bold, aren't they? They're too bold. That should be okay. Maybe it wasn't the quickest way, but I noticed that if I really wanted to make sure that everything was perfect, and I needed to do a line, vertical align center for all of them to make sure that the distance from the top to the bottom is equal on all of them. So I've just done that to make sure, because I noticed that earlier on I didn't do it in proportion to the actual frame, the red. So now I've done that. So making sure that they're all in the middle. I also changed the 4s as well. It's still the same font, but under here you actually have an extra menu. So I changed it to this one, which was light semi-condensed. Before it was regular, which was too thick. So now it's the bottom one, semi-light, semi-condensed. So then they look around the same size as the other ones. So that's it. I think I'm done now. I think they should all be aligned. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to do maybe this one first, just to check the size and proportion before I laser all of them. Don't want to waste any material.